Hello Leafs Nation, welcome back to your go-to channel, Toronto Maple Leaf News Network. Today, we have jam-packed updates about our Leafs, which have all just surfaced in the last few hours. So, if you are a true Leafs fan, you don't want to miss these updates. And yes, before we start the video, I'd like to request that if you are new to the channel, then don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can stay in the loop. So, let's start today's first breaking updates. Update 1. Could a familiar face be making a shocking return to Toronto? All right, let's dive into our first major story of the day, and it's a big one that's got the rumor mill buzzing. An old fan favorite could potentially be making his way back to the blue and white. We're talking about none other than the gritty and gifted Nazem Kadri. That's right, whispers are getting louder that the Calgary Flames might be looking to trade the star forward, and Toronto is being named as a prime destination. Now, we all know the new National Hockey League season has just kicked off, and teams are still figuring out their chemistry and where they stand. But the off-season chatter hasn't died down one bit. In fact, it seems to be following teams right into the new year. While most big trades usually happen closer to the deadline, which is still months away, the speculation around Kadri is persistent. This season is packed with teams that genuinely believe they have a shot at the Stanley Cup, and that's only going to fuel more trade talk as we go. According to trusted National Hockey League insider Darren Dreger of TSN, the Toronto Maple Leafs, alongside the Vancouver Canucks and the Montreal Canadiens, are being looked at as potential landing spots for Kadri. Of all the teams mentioned, the connection to Toronto is the most talked about, and for good reason. Remember, Kadri started his career right here with the Maple Leafs, and a reunion would be an incredible full-circle moment for both him and the franchise. Last season with Calgary, Kadri was on fire, putting up an impressive 35 goals and 32 assists over 82 regular season games. He's a player who brings a rare combination of high-end scoring skill and a physical edge that can dominate on the ice. He can be a star player while also providing some serious depth to any lineup. But, and there's always a but, a deal won't be simple. Dreger notes that the Flames have a high asking price, which is understandable given Kadri's production. The biggest hurdle, however, might be his contract. Kadri has 4 more seasons left on his current deal, with a cap hit of $7 million each year. Calgary might have a tough time moving that contract unless they're willing to retain some salary. Still, trading him could bring a significant return for the Flames, making it a smart move for their franchise's future. The whole situation is very fluid, and if Calgary gets off to a slow start, we could very well see him on the move by the trade deadline. Imagine Kadri back in a Leafs sweater, adding that grit and goal-scoring touch to our forward lines. What do you think, Leafs Nation? Would you welcome him back? Let me know in the comments below. Update 2. Leafs top prospect gets the call. Cowan's dream debut is here. Alright, moving from a potential returning face to a brand new one, and this is news that has every Leafs fan on the edge of their seat. Our top prospect is finally getting his shot. The Toronto Maple Leafs have officially announced that their number 1 prospect, Easton Cowan, is set to make his National Hockey League debut against the Detroit Red Wings on Monday afternoon. You know the old saying in hockey, one man's injury is another man's opportunity. That's exactly the case here. Cowan is getting his first taste of National Hockey League action because of the unfortunate injury to Steven Lorentz, who went down after taking a hard hit from Red Wings defenseman Ben Chiaro during Saturday night's game. It's been a real roller coaster for Cowan since the season began. He didn't make the opening night roster and was sent down, only to be dramatically called back up that very same night. Since then, he's been patiently waiting in the press box, watching and learning, just waiting for this exact moment. Now, the wait is over. He finally gets to live out that childhood dream, complete with the traditional rookie lap and all eyes on him, on home ice, in the center of the hockey universe. You can only imagine the feeling that's going to be for the young man. He spoke with reporters after practice, and you could feel his excitement. I think that makes it that much more special, Cowan said. Lots of family and friends, and obviously in front of the awesome Toronto fans. He also shared a cool little personal detail, saying he plans to call one of his best friends, former Leafs prospect Fraser Minton, to share the news. He'll be pumped, Cowan added. And get this, Leafs Nation, for where he's slotting into the lineup. According to Mark Masters from TSN, Cowan was practicing on the team's top line, skating alongside none other than Austin Matthews and Matthew Knies. Talk about a vote of confidence. When asked about that incredible opportunity, Cowan said, "I feel confident. I feel like I'm ready for this. So just gonna take it all in, enjoy it, and have some fun." That's the exact mindset you want to see. Just a quick programming note, the game was moved up to 2 o'clock in the afternoon to avoid a scheduling conflict with our Toronto Blue Jays, who are playing the Seattle Mariners in the American League Championship Series. What an incredible moment for Easton Cowan. Starting your career on the top line with the best goal scorer on the planet, it doesn't get any bigger than that. We are all behind him and hoping he has a debut to remember. Let's show him some love in the comments. Update 3. William Nylander breaks silence. His vow to Toronto after roster shakeup. And for our final piece of news today, Leafs Nation, we're shifting focus to a cornerstone of our franchise, William Nylander, who recently shared a powerful message about his commitment to this team in this city. This comes at a time of significant change, especially after the massive news from this summer that saw a big piece of our core, Mitch Marner, join the Vegas Golden Knights in a sign and trade deal. That was a tough pill to swallow for many, but it's important to remember the incredible talent we still have, and Willie is at the top of that list. Nylander is a true blue Maple Leaf, having spent his entire career in Toronto, and he's not going anywhere. He solidified that commitment on January 8th, 2024, when he inked a massive 8-year contract to stay with the team he loves. And he continues to prove his worth on the ice, having already etched his name in franchise history as a top 10 all-time leader in goals, assists, and points. He's already off to a flying start this season with 4 points in just 2 games. But Willie's impact goes beyond the box score. He recently showed his incredible character by joining teammates Simon Benoit and Max Domi to hand out meals to the homeless on Canadian Thanksgiving. In that moment, he shared his feelings about this city with NHL.com, saying, "I'm thankful to play here, to live here. I've done it my whole career. It's all I've ever known." That is the kind of leader you want on your team. Of course, the big storyline is always the chase for the Stanley Cup. The drought since 1967 hangs over this team, and the recent lack of deep playoff runs has been frustrating. But Nylander isn't letting the pressure get to him. He has a calm, confident perspective on the ultimate goal. I just look at it that eventually it has to happen. He recently told Hockey Night in Canada, "Hopefully it happens while I'm in Toronto and still playing, but eventually it'll happen." That's the way I look at it. That's the steady hand we need as the team navigates the early highs and lows of this season, like the big win against Montreal, followed by that tough loss to Detroit. And that's a wrap on today's massive news dump, Leafs Nation. We've covered some huge stories, the swirling rumors of a Nazem Kadri reunion, the thrilling NHL debut of our top prospect Easton Cowan, and a powerful message of commitment from William Nylander. What are your thoughts on all this? Would you welcome Kadri back with open arms? How excited are you to see Cowan take his rookie lap on the top line? And does Willie's leadership give you confidence for the long season ahead? Drop all your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. I want to hear from every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Toronto Maple Leaf News Network. If you enjoyed the updates and want to stay in the loop with everything blue and white, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a breaking story. Until next time, take care, and as always, go Leafs go.